Hello and welcome back to Let's Replay Mystery Case Files Escape from Ravenhearst. I'm MCFPapa and this is part number 4. And we're continuing on exploring this hospital, which very disturbing. I vastly prefer the abandoned hospital from Prime Suspects in terms of hospital locations in these games. And you can break the head off the mannequin there. It serves no purpose, but you can do it. And there's a eye chart here that says, "How does it feel to be me, you little fly?" And you need the magnifying glass for the very last thing. It's just, I still just find it so weird they switched to all these morphing object scenes when, like, there's roughly the same number of morphing object scenes to hidden object scenes from the other games. So did they just not want to bother with hidden object scenes? Because they still put in a lot of effort to make all these morphing scenes. So I don't know what gives. And by the way, I don't know if you were able to notice before I clicked it, but the piping there for its morphing thing, it turns into the pipes that were in the air conditioner in Cooter's house in 13th Skull. So even in these games, they still are reusing objects somewhat. Well, I could have sworn I clicked on that photo before, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, we get some pliers and some x-ray machine. Now here's a puzzle. Just gotta click whatever new eye appears. What I find helps is to keep the cursor on the previous eye you just did, because they really do like to bundle up a bunch of them. If you really want to, you can also like put your fingers on the screen to mark them and everything. But knock on wood, I don't think I'll need to do that this time around. And somehow that opens the door. I don't know who those eyes belong to, or if they're like robotic eyes, like all the robotic mannequins in this game, or what. Creepy, but a bit confusing too. And we can't even bust through the windows to get out.
You can scarcely imagine it, Detective. Healing someone, only to be to pluck the final petal from their once lovely bloom. I want you to know what it feels like to give and take life.
And like I said in the last part, it's such a shame that Dennis Kleinsmith hasn't done more things. At least I don't think there's that many things listed on his IMDb page. Because, like, he does such a great job in this game of, like, selling you on the idea that he's just this insane, crazy guy who gets off on torturing you. Patient suffers from acute lack of internal organs. Funny. 4 of red, give life to the dead. 5 of blue, nice knowing you. This bizarre complex must be filled with hidden cameras, as my enslaver appears to be closely tracking my movements. A series of speakers and video monitors have been installed so he can relay taunts and twisted thoughts as I struggle to find a way out. One deranged tirade was just delivered on the joys of giving and taking human life. I don't fully understand his goal by trapping me here, but he clearly is delighted by playing God and watching me squirm. He's a madman. And the morphing object here, the question marks. And something interesting is that in the previous games that had this sort of case report journal, it was always double 2 pages left and right with text, but I believe like it's always in this game just this left page that has the proper text on it. So I guess they didn't want to write as much, or maybe it's just that they used the smaller sized font for this game. I don't know, but either way, there's still quite a bit more flavor text in these journal pages than there are in future, like, more modern MCF games, like the Epic's ones that have the journal. And even the Grandma ones that have the journal.
Stop making so much noise.
The automaton threatens to carve me up if I keep making noise.
Stop making so much noise. Maybe we gather something later.
Yeah, he has quite a few lines too, this mannequin. Really nice and detailed. To say my captor has gone out of his way to create these disturbing scenarios would be quite the understatement. Not only are the rooms in this place fashioned to exacting detail, they're also populated with mechanized figures that help make the illusion even more real. For instance, the robotic effigy of a surgeon springs to life whenever I go near it. I can make out something sewn into his gown, but there must be some kind of sound sensor that allows him to hear me approach. I need to take a closer look without being stabbed with that scalpel. The morphing object there was the tiles. That scalpel looks sharp. Observant as ever, aren't you, Master Detective? There's some blood that's spilled out. Oh yeah, I love his line, I should have gone to medical school. That's funny. And for the longest time I thought, like when I first played this game, I thought you needed to, like,
Quit being so loud.
put, like, neutralize the doctor before you're able to investigate this part, but no. You can just go in it now already. I don't remember if this is like a randomized puzzle or if it's not. Yeah, for this puzzle, you just want to kind of build up. Like, build on each other to figure stuff out. Are there more than one solution for this? I don't know. I doubt it, probably. But there we go, not too bad. And now in this game, I recommend whenever you get the key to just go back immediately to the doors and put it in. Because then you get all the fun-filled tokens to get, and you might as well do them now. But a general rule of thumb is, I don't think, maybe one, but most of these journal entries that show off the kids or like unlocking the doors and that don't have any morphing objects in for some reason. A key acquired in the operating room appeared to match one of the keyholes in the room where my ghostly assistants are trapped. Upon inserting the key, a series of metal arms snapped out, revealing a collection of tokens similar to those discovered when I first fell down here. I'm anxious to see what might happen if I collect the tokens and hold them in front of the objects represented in each photo. My captor seems intent on making sure I examine each facet of his twisted scenarios. Yeah. So now we can just do some fun-filled token matching. Yay! I mean, they start out pretty simple, but they get a lot more elaborate the further into the game you go. Anyway, let's check out in here. Yeah, they all make, like, groans of pain. Very unsettling. And now we need the speaker to figure out the code for this. And of course here, there's another hidden object scene. Not a hidden object scene. I just call it that out of a force of habit. But it's not a hidden object scene, it's a morphing object scene. I don't know why it's so stuck in my head. Hidden object scene. Maybe because, like, every other MCF game had at least several hidden object scenes. The early ones had even more to do. But anyway, with the headphones, can put them on, so now we can get what's sewn into his gown. And it's a screwdriver. So, like the hint said, the speaker out here, just unscrew it. 1263. I think that might be randomized to the code. There. But with the code now, we can open this up. The first number's 1, the second number's 2. Bit weird. Now we can investigate all the toe tags. So, what you do is you look, number 1, 7'4". So then you just go to the eye chart and see 7 and 4, which is F. That's the 5th one. There's 2. 4'7", reptile dysfunction. I don't know what that is. I guess he had like a pet iguana or something. Maybe. And it like ate him. Maybe a pet crocodile. I don't know. but for 4'7", 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. E. Third one's 8'3" with reverse diarrhea, which is E. 4 is 6'3" with head fell off, which is E, L. And then the last one is whoopee cough, 4'10", which is 4, 6, 8, 10, which is Y. So Feely is the password. And something interesting about that is that whole thing, like the word and everything is randomized, but as you progress, you can usually kind of figure out what the word is, so that's like kind of similar to the final puzzle of Ravenhearst, where you could do that. Figure out the word before doing everything. But Feely was a really weird word, so I just decided to do the whole thing. Oh wait, ain't the bottles there? Yeah, could have totally done this sooner. Oops. My worst nightmares don't hold a candle to the appalling scenarios I continue to encounter in this awful place. Mechanical doctors, nurses, and patients are now superseded by pregnant mannequins with dolls representing their lifeless offspring. As if the horror before me wasn't frightening enough, I've discovered the bellies of the life-size figures can be manipulated with a touch of my hand. This entire place is one eccentric and thoroughly disturbing puzzle. I hope I can live long enough to solve it. What does the Master Detective mean? Like right now, there really isn't anything life-threatening going on. You know? It's not like the robots are trying to attack you or anything. By the way, the morphing object's there. But anyway, let's see what Charles has to say on the subject.
Look at my pretty maids all in a row. Touch their bellies, make them grow. Bellies. Pump them up all nice and neat. Earn yourself a delicious treat.
Oh boy, ready to earn a delicious treat? Just gotta pump them all up, and then for the last one hit the arm, and there we go. Now they all pop up and down. Isn't that great? The miracle of birth, the beauty of life. And get a load of the mannequin's eyes. Sheesh. But anyway, 4592 is the code there. And there's 4 babies. So here you used X-ray on them. 5, so green second. 9, so the multicolored is third. Blue, so the blue one's first. So 4, 9, 5, 2. And then we can go in, but first, because we got... What the heck am I doing clicking off so much? So weird. Because we've got 4 of red to give life to the dead, we can put them in. And something weird is if you click a lot on items, like their image gets super large. I don't know why, but it just does. It's kind of weird. Hey, he's alive! And so now what you want to do is D, which is 12, N7, A6. It'll all be clear in a moment. But first...
Isn't she lovely, Detective? The miracle of birth is something I want you to experience. If you wish to live, you must first give life to me.
What fun. And I love the Master Detective's comment there. You can't pay me enough to look behind that screen. It does make you wonder just how accurate Charles was with his things, though it is quite gross. So, 7-6, I think it was, wasn't it? For DNA. 6, 5, I'll need to do it a bit more. 7, 6, and then 12, wasn't it? I think. Okay. Twelve, 7, 6. That's what I did, isn't it? 12, 7. Oh, that's 5. Okay. There we go. It's the miracle of birth. That's totally how it works in the hospital. They just got a machine that pipes a baby down. And if you do the wrong wire, it laughs and then explodes. But don't worry, you can get a refill pretty easily. Basically, you just want to clip the wires when its eyes are open to that color. There we go. Little by little, I continue to unlock the abominations crafted by the unbalanced mind of Charles Dalimar. The man who enslaved Rose, Emma, and the twins now directs his madness toward me, the rat, in this horrific maze. I fear the hospital is only the beginning of my trials, and refuse to give pause to imagine what terrors lie ahead. I can't help but feel guilty for the fate that's befallen the souls who followed me here. Without their help, I don't think I would have made it this far, yet I should have heeded their warnings and left while I had the chance. Morphing objects, the corner of the photo there. What the heck do I do with this? We'll figure that out in the next part. So, we got all the tokens now, so like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you next time when we unlock the next door. See you then.